LeGrande, in his bio he shared with us for the Facebook page, he said he has an abundance of 38 years of Spirit showing the many pieces of God in his life, and that God's will for all of us is for true abundance in all things. And also how Spirit will use the many faces of love as ways in our lives. It shows up in our lives for us to accomplish the true knowing who we are. LeGrande has been our music director here for about, the last 6 years?
Yeah, I think so.
About that? Yeah. And he's here every Sunday and every Thursday, finding the best music that goes with particular speakers and so forth. It's just a great ministry, and I really thank you for that and for bringing a group of people together. He's a student of Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind work, and also the Course in Miracles. It's part of our Course in Miracles leadership here every Wednesday, so that calls to you. It's a welcoming group as well.
We invite everyone to come on Wednesday.
That's right, at 9:45. So the title of this talk today is an experience with the many faces of love. LeGrande Harvey.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay. How about you, Rob? Can you hear me? Okay. Gloria? All right. Thumbs up. Well, it's great to see all the faces of love sitting out there. And that's what you are, faces of love. And my talk today is it's actually on the song we just sang, Montana Melody, which I wrote a little 38 years ago. My, how time flies. Seems like yesterday sometimes. But, at the time, I had just gotten my first solo gig playing at a lounge in Missoula, Carousel Lounge. Anybody remember the Carousel? I had a friend of mine who came to me and says, I heard you singing at the Carousel Lounge on your own, solo. I think you should write yourself a song that people can identify you with. And so I went home that evening. I lived up the 9 Mile Valley. Who knows where the 9 Mile is? A few of you, not all of you, but it's west of Missoula on the interstate, about 35 miles or so. It's a beautiful valley. And I lived way up in the mountains. About 15 miles up the valley. And even in the summertime, you had to have a four-wheel drive to get there. I tell you how rough and rugged it was. And there was a little cabin that was up there, and I was married to a sweet lady, Carlene. And we were off the grid. No electricity, no phone, no TV. Didn't have running water. I had to run to the creek and get it. But it was a simple life, and at that time I was just happy living like that. I just had a good life at that time. And so when I wrote that song, I really didn't know then what I know now. And when I wrote it and everything happened and it became the official state ballot, I got a little bit of a big head. I said, man, you're pretty good, old boy. And, but now that I know what I know, I understand I had nothing to do with writing that song. It was written by my higher Holy Self, my Holy Spirit within me. That I think we all have a God-intended purpose in our lives. And it's kind of like a seed, any kind of seed, whether it's an apple seed or a tomato seed or an acorn off an oak tree. Included in that seed is that God-intended purpose for it. And I think we're kind of the same way. I think we come into this world at conception, everything that we need blossom into that God-intended purpose is there. And that includes events, circumstances, people who cross your path. Did everybody hear me okay? Okay. And so it's kind of like that, I think. And so I know that I didn't have anything to do with writing that song. It was just part of my God plan. And it changed my life, changed the course of my life in a good way. It was a boatload of good one. And, but anyway, I wrote the song that night, and it came really quick, really easy. Music and the words, about an hour and a half, I had the whole song. And that was nice. I liked it. Got up the next morning, put some finishing touches on it, and I started singing it at our Grange Hall, at our community center, our Grange Hall up in 9 Mile. It was a great community. We had potluck dinners, basically during the summertime, once a month. And I would bring my guitar. There was an old gold miner up there. His name was Clay Lewis. He's one of my faces above. He'd bring his guitar and we'd entertain the folks. And I started sharing that song at the community center. And a sweet lady, Shirley Hager is her name, another face of love, came to me and asked me if I would record that song on a little cassette. And I had a little cassette deck, remember those? Play, record on. And she said she wanted to share it with a friend of hers. And so I went home and made a recording and gave it to Shirley. Shirley took it to her friend, who happened to be a music teacher in Bonner, out east of Missoula, the Bonner School, Marietta Pfister, another face of love. She taught it to her school kids. I didn't know all this was happening. I knew she was going to share it with her friend. I didn't know she taught music. I didn't know she was going to teach it to her children, to her students, but she did. And then she contacted me by carrier pigeon. Didn't have a telephone. I got the word, and she invited me to come sing it with her. She and her students at the Parents' Day, where she invites all the parents to come hear the kids perform. And unbeknownst to me, she also invited the sweet lady, Marcia Dunn, another face of love. Yes. Marcia Dunn had a radio program, public radio, out of the university called the Children's Program, Pea Green Boat. Anybody ever heard of Pea Green Boat? Yeah. Marcia Dunn. And so Marcia was there that day, and we performed the song. I did with the kids. It was beautiful. And Marcia recorded it. I didn't really know that she had recorded it. But anyway, she did. And she started playing it on the Pea Green Boat. Well, they get the Pea Green Boat over in Helena. I don't know how that boat got there, but I got over the path. It did. And there was a 5th grade teacher at the Jefferson School over in Helena that listened to Marcia's radio program. She heard Montana Melody being played on that show, and she loved it. Well, she had the idea, and this was a pretty bold idea, that she liked that song so much that she would like to have her 5th grade class lobby the legislature to make my song the official state song and replace the one that we had. That's her idea. Pretty bold idea, right? Well, the next problem is, well, how do I contact this person? Well, as I said, I was playing at the Carousel Lounge in Missoula, and the Carousel had taken out an ad in Missoula. And in the ad it says that I was playing there, and my name in it. Well, she got to Missoulian in Helena, and she saw that ad, and so she wrote me a letter and asking my permission if it would be okay if her 5th grade class would take it on as a project to try and make my song our state song and replace our old song. And she wrote that letter to the LeGrande Harvey in care of Carousel Lounge. I still have that letter, I'm sure. And so anyway, I got back in contact with her. I said, well, you know, I don't think that'll happen, but sure, go ahead, go for it. And she got those kids together, and she had them, they put a panel together of teachers and parents. And the kids had to get forward, you know, and testify as to why they wanted Montana Melody to become state capital. And they sought out and got their district representative to be there also. Wow. And at the end of all of that, they had convinced the representative that it was worthy enough to do that. So he introduced Hal Harvey, another place of God, and the teacher in Helena, Sandy Hickelfinger, another face of God. All those students, faces of God. And so anyway, Hal Harvey, the representative of their district there, introduced into the 1983 Montana legislature session House Bill 39. And it stated, we want to replace our state song with this song. Well, it went to committee, and in the committee, they determined that there's no way that we're going to replace our state song. But we really do like this song, and let's just make it our state ballot. We'll have a state song and a state ballot. So everybody agreed with that. It came out of committee and went to the House for a full vote. It passed. Wow. You know, so many faces of God. And I got a call from the Speaker of the House at the time, Dan Kennis, and he invited me over to come singing in front of the entire House of Representatives. So I did that. A lot of faces of God there. And so we went through the entire process. That's a regular law, and went to the Senate, went through that same process, introduced in front of the full Senate, went to committee, back out again and voted on it. It passed the Senate. Wow. And went on to the governor to have his signature. So there were just so many faces of God involved in that whole process that I had absolutely nothing to do with it. And as I said, I didn't know then what I know now. Excuse me. I didn't mean to breathe on it. It's easy to do though, isn't it? But my understanding now, looking back on it, you know, what I can see is that what I have gleaned from studying Ernest Holmes and the science of mind, he had a saying that he used quite often. He says, "There's only one life. That life is God, and that life is perfect, and that life is my life. Now, right now, and now." And so I'm the kind of guy who likes to logic things out. I like to know how things work, like cars, how does an engine work, and stuff like that. And so I kind of want to know, well, how does life work? And that's a big one, right? Can anybody tell me how life works? We can get around the edges a little bit, you know. Science is kind of catching up, giving us some hints and stuff, but for the most part, we don't really know. But I do know that this is a energetic, vibrational universe, and that there are certain principles and immutable laws, spiritual laws, that all come into play and intertwine. The law of love, I think, heads the list. And I think everything else is kind of a subset under that. Law of Because at that time in my life, 38 years ago, I was not involved in the church. I was not religiously minded or spiritually minded. I was just kind of enjoying life, period. I was happy. I had joy in my heart. I was in harmony with the nature around me. And I think that attracted that good into my life. And I think that's how it works. Effortlessly, good just flows to you when you are vibrating on a high level, that emotional scale. Love, joy, happiness, peace, contentment, harmony, and all those things. As Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks and Abraham say, on that high-flying disc. And if you can maintain your position on that high-flying disc, which is just a mental attitude, and it's just a choice, your good effortlessly flows to you. And I think that's what happened with me. And so I think that's a very simple way of looking at it. And that's all we have to do. Be happy, really. If you're happy, you're vibrating on a high level. And the other thing I think that is important, at least for me now, to even supersize it, and that's to know and understand that the God in me, as me, is me. That individual aspect of God, that individual center of consciousness, that's me. How about you? Anybody else with me? Well, if you're not, that's okay. You'll get there. It's inevitable. I think that God purpose I was talking about earlier, it might not happen in this lifetime. It might take 2 lifetimes. It might take 10. But you'll get there. You'll get there sooner or later. And it's really all just a matter of choice. The choice that we make in our thinking. And just as important, if not more, is the feeling we put behind the thoughts. That's what really gives it. So, you know what I do? It's important to have some spiritual practices that we do on a daily basis. I hope you have something that you do, some affirmations, like first thing when you get up in the morning, you kind of set the tone for your day. And I do that. And I like to put affirmations to music. So most of the time in the morning I pick up my guitar, which I always have around there somewhere, and I play through a few affirmations. And I've got one affirmation that most of you know that I put to music, and I sing it every morning. But if you're a regular here and you ask me, well, LeGrande, how are you doing today? What do I say? Come on. See, when I do that in the morning, that just sets the tone of my day. Sets the tone of my day, and my good just starts flowing. My good just starts flowing. So, I'm just going to sing this. Well, I wasn't planning on doing this, but oh well, I got 2 minutes, Dave. And this came from Ernest Holmes, this affirmation, and I really, really liked it, and I put it to music. So here it goes. And so what I'm going to leave you with is the idea of get yourself an affirmation that means something to you, that speaks to you, that touches your emotions and your feelings, that says to you, yeah, I am the one with my Creator. God in me, has me, is me, and my good flows freely to me. Well, good and more good is mine. Ever increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good that is mine. Good stretches itself up against me.